Brianna Lyston brings excitement to Lsu Twilight 2023. Plus, is Julien Alfred the collegiate 60-meter GOAT? And Jamaica's Leah Anderson shines. When will Jamaica's GARRIEL White race? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts. So, when we're ready for another multi-storied video, we got a good one for you today. Yep, good to go. 400-meter runner, Jamaica's Leah Anderson, who just recently started to represent Jamaica, has been laying down the law and shining in her 2023 season. The Jamaican 400-meter specialist at the recently held Arkansas Qualifier 2023 in the women's 400 meters. Leah Anderson, the Jamaican, set a new meet record in a time of 51.88, shattering the previous mark of 52.36 set by USC's Kimberly Harris back in 2022. Now, Leah Anderson has been shining at the recently held New Balance Grand Prix. She set a new Jamaican national record in the 500-meter race. This, of course, is indoors. The time she set was 1 minute 08.34 seconds. Then a week later, February the 11th, at the Melrose Games, Anderson was just shy of breaking Patricia Hall's Jamaican record of 35.69 in the 300-meter indoor race. She came third behind Abby Steiner. Anderson in that race at the Melrose Games set a new personal best time of 36.58 seconds. So this young lady has been carrying the Jamaican flag high.
Who is going to take it? Brown is tying up. Steiner is showing all of that strength.
She talks about her representing Jamaica in this interview.
Here at Melrose, you set a personal best. What was the experience like?
Oh my goodness, coming in, knowing the competition, just had to keep a level head, arrow sharp, and just run it like I usually would.
And last weekend you were in Boston, you were in the 500 meters, and you set a national record for Jamaica. What was that feeling like in that race?
Oh my gosh, just stick to the race plan. Again, know your competition, know they're gonna go out, stick with them. And when I came through and I said, like, my coach called me, it's a national record, I was like, I'm actually doing something big with track, so it felt really good.
And like thinking of talking about doing something big, I mean, you were at Cardinal Spellman, right? You went to St. John's, and now competing, as a, for Central Park Track Club amongst amazing women. What's the experience been like that progression?
Definitely a new learning experience. Same, sticking with my roots, keeping everything I've learned from coach to coach, and just growing. I'm just growing, and I love it.
What does it mean to represent Jamaica, kind of in these big races, kind of on the world stage in a sense?
Definitely show Jamaica that I exist, and I'm here, and I'm representing them, and this is for Jamaica. This is for my dad. He passed away a couple years back yesterday, and this is for him. So.
And what do you see as your prospects as you kind of go through and progress in 2023? What are you looking forward to? Definitely
make nationals, make the national Jamaican team. Go back there, show them what I am, and just keep PRing.
Nice. Do you have like a specific event you're going to be focusing on?
400, definitely.
400,
yes.
Nice. What do you love about, or how do these events, the 500, 300, how does that help you in the 4?
The 5 builds the stamina, builds the endurance, along with speed, and the 300 is all out, and definitely a race tactic. You never want to go too crazy, and you never want to save too much, so you got to find a balance.
And do you want to give a quick shout out to some of your Jamaican fans?
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my mom, my dad. Shout out to all of Jamaica. I love you guys.
Thanks so much.
We here at Peter Lloyd World just thought you should get to know Leah Anderson. Now, this young lady, Julien Alfred, as you know, has been dominating in the women's 60 meters in the collegiate scene, and we want to know if she could be now called the GOAT, the greatest of all time in women's 60 meters. She was recently interviewed on the Longhorns Network.
Hold the top 3 marks in NCAA history in the women's 60 meters. What is the ceiling for you?
I don't know, to be honest. I think I never want to put a limit on myself. I think that every time I step on the line, it's like, let's see what we can do today. And it's never about time. I think like Coach Flo was saying to me that we also, like nobody remembers the time that you ran at any competition. They remember like, oh, you're the national champion. But I never want to put a limit on myself. I think I train hard enough. Anything is possible. So I really want to go out there and really just challenge myself and see what I can do on that specific day.
The St. Lucian sprint sensation did attend the Jamaican high school in St. Catherine, the St. Catherine High, where she basically honed her skills. So kudos to Julien Alfred. Do you think we could call her the 60-meter collegiate GOAT? GARRIEL White, the hurdle sensation, formerly of Hyder High School, and now attends LSU alongside her friend and the remarkable Brianna Lyston, who I know you're waiting for us to speak to, still has yet to open her 2023 season. She posted nothing before its time. And of course, walk by faith, doubt nothing. So we're still awaiting the start of this sensational athlete's 2023 season. Here she is with Brianna Lyston. Speaking of Brianna Lyston continues to mount an assault on the 60-meter dash. At last night's Lsu Twilight 2023, in the women's 60-meter dash, she looked her old self in her preliminary race, and take a gander, she looked really, really good. She ran a time of 7.39 to qualify for the finals. In case you were a little confused, she was the one that was 2 meters ahead of everyone in that 60-meter race and looked as if she was at a canter, clearly slowing down a full 50 meters out of the line. She looked really, really good. Her form, of course, is always remarkable. Now, in the finals, it was her against the phenomenal Favor of Philly, the sprint sensation out of LSU herself. Lyston came second in that instance. Take a gander. She ran a time of 7.30, improving her previous mark from the preliminary in that 60-meter dash. Now, as you can see there, Favor of Philly, who was a clear favorite and the senior here and really top of her game at this point in time, of the best that does it on the collegiate scene, and I would say one of the top 10 in the world, was clearly ahead by a meter. But then Lyston was ahead by everybody else by at least 1.5 meters. So she's beginning to find her form, find her legs under her. She's beginning to look really, really, really good. And it was exciting to see her run in the preliminaries. She looked as if she was at a canter. You know, she clearly was not flat out. Form is always impeccable, but she's beginning to look like her old self. She's clearly getting the hang of it and transitioning. And it was great to see her running that second place in the finals. I still think she's going to have a very, very solid season. She looks good, and the coaches there at LSU clearly know what they're doing because they're sort of easing her into the season, and you can see her performances are improving bit by bit by bit. Now, of course, she did run a faster time in the last 60 meters where she ran at 7.29, but for me here, she looked much more relaxed, much smoother, looked comfortable. And I think she's going to have a great season. Of course, this is just my 2 cents. I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, you are royals. You're kings and queens. Bless up.